Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter fucking Joseph here for video number 2. On your Wednesday evening, now getting close to Wednesday night, because it's now dark, almost about to hit dark. Your Wednesday night, and you know what that means. March the 13th, 2024. Thank you so much for watching once again right here on the official Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very video. Getting close to 525 subs. So, on a road to 600. But, slow and steady. Slow and steady, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost 3/4 of the way there. But we'll get there. Maybe by next year, but we'll see. We're at 516 now, by the way. Thank you for that. So keep it coming. So subscribe to this channel and my other channels. Show them your love and support as well. All the links down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as the description box below. Show your love and support. And thank you for watching. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet, like I said. And don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. Because if you do, you missed it. And you're SOL, and you know what that means. And we move on with that. So like, share, subscribe. You can leave a comment if you wish, but if you're going to leave stupid comments, like I said, get the fuck out of here or get a life. And if you're new here, and if you just subbed to me recently, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the views on my 2 shorts I put up the last couple days. The first one, stalled. Got great views the first day and a half. Then kind of stalled a little bit. Then today, back up and running. I don't know the official count now, but it was over 3,400 views. I know it's because of The Rock, but whatever. But still, thank you for watching it and acknowledging not only The Rock, but me. Your tribal chief, your god of extreme, your extreme heavyweight champion. I have a longer reign than Roman. It's sad, Not to say anything bad about Roman, my tribal chief, but he might be close to 1,300, but I'm close to, I'm pretty much close to Bruno Sammartino territory. With being your extreme heavyweight champion of the world. But I digress on that. But thank you for the views on those 2 shorts. And if you did view that video, please subscribe to this channel and then show my other channels your love and support as well. Because we've got a lot more to come. And that's that. Don't forget to tap the bell so you get even more with that. Alright, we're a half hour away from AEW Big Business from Boston, Massachusetts. The debut of Mercedes Moné. Can't wait for that. She should come out first. If she doesn't, we got problems, Tony Khan. But we'll see what happens with that. But that's going to be pretty much the big topic of tonight is Big Business. Mercedes Moné debuting in her hometown of Boston for AEW. And hopefully Tony Khan don't fuck it up like he fucked up Ruby Soho and Saraya Knight. Not so much Deonna Purrazzo right now, but that might change. Pretty quick too, maybe, but we'll see what happens with that. And then next week we'll be going, AEW is going north of the border to Canada. They'll be in Winnipeg next week. That's going to be big. Edge versus Christian, and that probably going to be bloody as fuck I Quit match for the TNT title. And, got much more to come. But let's get through tonight, and let's get through Big Business. Hopefully this episode is, big, or as the future president of the United States would say, huge. And by the way, Donald Trump clinched pretty much clinched since last year. Pretty much since January, he clinched the Republican nomination. You know, that Sleepy Joe, we knew he was gonna clinch. He clinched last night as well. So, for the next 7 months and change, we're gonna be talking about Biden, Trump, 2, Electric Boogaloo. And that's pretty much it. And we all know who we have to vote for, besides Ozzy. But vote Trump, get that sleepy idiot and his bitch out of the White House. Please, for the love of all that is holy, vote for Trump. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, really quickly, video number 2, we got AEW Big Business Review coming up later, so another triple threat for the 3rd day in a row. 3 epic video, well actually last night was 2, sorry, so not 3 videos last night for your triple threat, but still, you got what you got. But anyway, triple threat tonight. Check out my last video about Thunderbolt Patterson getting inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. Link will be down below in the description box. So, there you go. Alright, really quickly, let's get to your really quick NXT thoughts from last night. The aftermath of Roadblock, and now on the road to Stand and Deliver, which I thought was at 11. It's going to start at 11:30, but it's starting at a special start time of 12 noon from that shithole city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I know a lot of people going to that, and then probably will be going, probably taking a nice little cab ride or car ride right to that dump of a stadium called Lincoln Financial Field for WrestleMania Night 1. And then, you know, you got all day Sunday to do whatever you gotta do that Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday. And then, you know, get over to that dump of a stadium for Night 2. And then you can stay for Raw on Monday, because it'll be in the Spectrum, where SmackDown and the Hall of Fame will be. And Access, and a whole bunch of other shit. GCW Collective. Supercard of Honor. Don't know how many people are going to go to that, but probably like 500 to 1,000 people, at least. That's why you should never run during WrestleMania weekend. Because it doesn't work, because, a lot of people going to WrestleMania, no doubt about it, but you got all these indie shows, and it's hard to pick and choose which one you're going to go to on a Friday night. And you got SmackDown and the Hall of Fame. But you got all the stuff after that, like Joey Janela's Spring Break, Wale Mania. You know, I think GCW's having something like at midnight. So I mean, if you want to go see wrestling at midnight, go do it. You'll be up until like 3 a.m. And then, oh shit, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta get up for WrestleCon or whatever. Whatever on that Saturday. And then you gotta, if you got tickets for WrestleCon, then you gotta go to NXT. You gotta get up. You'll be home at 3 o'clock at the hotel. Take a 3-hour nap. Get up at 6. Maybe have a nice continental breakfast if they serve it by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Have a nice breakfast. Go to WrestleCon or WrestleFest, whatever. Go to the convention. For like a couple of hours, and then you have to rush to the arena for NXT Stand and Deliver, and then after that, you can go to lunch, grab a quick lunch, and then go right to Lincoln Financial Field, and then buy a couple beers, and then watch WrestleMania Night 1, and then maybe if you have tickets for Wale Mania or whatever's after WrestleMania. Go do it. Go have more beers. Go get drunk. Have drunk sex, which is the best sex in the world, but still, wrap up that burrito. And we move on with that. But have fun on WrestleMania weekend. Just be safe and be well. That's it. Alright, so NXT from last night, like I said, we're pretty much 3 weeks away from Stand and Deliver. And things are getting interesting, y'all. Tony D, my cousin, we'll talk about, see him in a little bit, and Ilya Dragunov had an epic fucking segment. We heard from Trick Willie Shabon, coming back to deal with his former friend Carmelo Hayes. We got a tag title tournament to see who is the number one contender to the Wolf Dogs tag team titles. We got that. The women are in action. We're going to hear from Roxanne Perez, or Roxy. A whole lot more on NXT. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. So we got about 29 minutes away from Big Business AEW Dynamite! And it is what it is. And why do I say Dynamite? Because, as I say it like Jimmy J. Walker from Good Times. Dynamite! Because I'm old school, and old school is still cool. But why are you saying cap? Why are you saying bruv? I like to get with the times, too, because some people don't get with the times. You know who you are, living in the past, but I digress. Alright, so we start off, and as always, our commentary team, the man with the creepy jacket and a lot of candy. Hey, give me some. That's Vic Joseph, and the man who smokes more weed than you motherfuckers do, and that's Booker T, sucker! And that's true, he smokes more weed than a lot of people on YouTube do. That's a fact. And at least Booker T has rational thoughts, unlike certain people on YouTube. But I digress on that. Anyway, alright, so we got them on commentary. So we started with the Roadblock recap. Got that. Alright, then we go to match number 1. The first of 3 first-round matches, with the winners going to a triple threat match for a title shot at Stand and Deliver. We're going to get that probably in the next 2 weeks. Probably like the Tuesday before Stand and Deliver. So I think the April 2nd edition of NXT will be the triple threat match. So we got that. Alright, so yeah, we got the 19th. We got the 19th and then the 26th for the next 2 matches. Actually, no. Next week we'll have 2 matches. So I think the 26th or the April 2nd show will be the triple threat match for the tag team titles, where the Wolf Dogs have Mr. Baron Strowman Corbin and Bron Breakker. We got that. Alright, so the first of these matches was last night and started off the show. We had the LWO of Joaquin Wilde, DJZ, and Raul Mendoza as they take on the Boricua Gangsters of, otherwise known as Out the Mud of Lucius Price and Bronco Nima, with Scripps, Reggie at ringside. Hey, where was Jada Parker? That's where she was. But I digress anyway. But yeah, kind of missed Jada Parker last night. But anyway, it was a pretty good match. Back and forth they went. Lots of high flippy dippity news from the LWO. Getting to the end, all 4 men are in the ring. Raul Mendoza hits an enziguri on Lucius Price, and he knocks him to the floor. And then Joaquin Wilde jumps onto Bronco Nima's back, and then launched himself in the air. I mean, that guy gets higher. No, not higher than RVD, per se, because of the weed. But he gets launched like snow in Final Fantasy 13 would. By the way, please get Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. It is such a great game. But I digress. Launched himself into the air for a humongous crash onto Lucius Price. who had to run up to catch the guy, because that could have been really, really, really bad. Anyway, they get back in, and Joaquin Wilde goes back up top for a springboard 450 on Bronco Nima. 1, 2, 3, in under 11 minutes, the LWO punched their ticket into that triple threat match. And we'll see what happens next week on the program. The Good Brothers will be in action next week against Hank and Tank. And I think Chase U is in it too. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. But looks like I can probably tell you that at Stand and Deliver, we're going to get the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, against Corbin and Braun Breaker. And I think we're going to see a title change because Breaker and Corbin will be going back up to SmackDown. So the Bullet Club, to shoot me for the love of God, will be running amok pretty much in NXT. When Tama Tonga debuts, that's going to be epic. And I think he's going to debut, or at least we might see him at Stand and Deliver, and we might see him again, maybe, on Night 2 of WrestleMania. We'll see. But you know, he is Bloodline. I know he's from Tonga, but he's the son of Haku, so... And who is Haku know? You know who he knows. The Anoa'i family, Afa and Sika, Rikishi, the Head Shrinkers, you know, all those great people. So, he is Bloodline, so... It is what it is. We got that. Alright, so match was pretty good. Gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on NXT. Alright, then after that, we go to a video segment from earlier in the day in the dreaded parking lot. We got the North American Champion, Monty Brown 2.0, Oba Femi, Wakanda Forever! Almost got into a fight with the resident virgin, Brooks Jensen, who's going to be his challenger later on in the evening for the North American title. And then a whole bunch of people break it up, including Josh Briggs. Why? And Jensen's not too happy about that. Let me go! What are you doing here? Trying to save your ass, dude. Pretty much. Alright, so I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the girl who smokes more weed than all you girls do on YouTube and in real life. The crazy bitch, Thea Hale, with Duke Hudson and Mr. Chase of Chase U. She's jealous about JC Jane and the lovely Jasmine Nix hanging out with each other on her off day. But she's like, I don't need them. I got other friends. Yeah, like who? And in comes Kaylani Jordan, the resident cheerleader. Well, next to Brinley Reese. And then they're going to tag team. They're going to team up to face Kiana James and Izzy Dane later on. And Fallon Henley's also technically Thea's friend. But it is what it is, and I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we go to Roxy. Boy, is she pissed. Explaining what happened last week when she snapped the arm of the lassie from Ireland, the NXT Women's Champion, Layla Valkyria. She's like, the sweet, innocent Roxanne that everybody loved is gone. After what I did last week, it was 1 year of frustration. And it culminated into a year of frustration, blah, blah, blah. She mentions defeating Maiko Satomura at last year's Stand and Deliver, and then collapsed. We remember that. When she had like an anxiety attack, she passed out, she had to give up the belt. Basically, she says because she carried the brand for a year, pretty much, the women's division, and that came after carrying the weight of the women's division, like I said, in all kinds of matches. Devil's Playground, stuff like that. But people would rather talk about Tiffany Stratton, Daddy! Yeah. Or Becky, the man, Becky Lynch. Not that it matters. She's the most decorated woman in NXT history at only 22 years old. She looks good for 22. 22! Like, Taylor Swift sings. Then she helped Lyra, but never got the rematch that she deserved, so that's why she's been doing all this stuff. And really, not that anybody wants to cure her, but where were the people when Indy Hartwell was holding the belt? And she says the NXT fans remind her of little innocent Roxy, and what a difference a year makes. You know. Now, Lyra is riding away in an ambulance. Now it's time to vacate the belt, so I can be the champion again. And then Ava Raine comes out looking great, as always. Says, not so fast there, Roxy. And then Roxy's like, well, just announce me as the new champ. And then out of nowhere, another crazy bitch, Tatum Paxley comes in, charges at Roxy, but that quickly got broken up by Ava, and like a whole bunch of other people came out. So next week we got Roxy versus Tatum Paxley. Big whoop. And that's all I gotta say about that. But man, I am loving Roxy right now. She is really giving me heel AJ Lee vibes. I love it. And I call her Roxanne AJ Lee Perez. Because she looks like young AJ Lee. She talks like AJ Lee. She wrestles like AJ. She's fucking hot like AJ. That ass. But, she is the perfect package. And I love it. And that's all I can say about that. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then we go to the Italian restaurant. It's time to have some calamari and a chicken parm sandwich and some pasta with the family. And here comes my cousin, my legit cousin. I'm not lying, he is my legit cousin. Gus! Get in here, Gus! Here he comes, guys. Gus, how you doing? That's my cousin, Tony D'Angelo, who gets you a nice plate of pasta. You know how much you get it? Well, I get it for $2. You get it for $12.50. Because you're not Italian like me. And if you are, you still get it for $12.50. Ha! I get it for $2. But I digress. Anyway, so he welcomes the resident attorney into the family, Luca Cusafino. His name is Luca. He lives on the second floor. No. Anyway, who's taking, so Tony's like, you took care of that thing? You took care of that thing, Luca, right? You took care of my thing too, right? Good man. You don't want to know what he took care of. Not that! But people think that I like guys. I mean, what? I like guys, I like kids. You know what I like? Your ass is getting served on a silver platter. Because I'm the voice of the voiceless, and I own you all. Just put it that way. I don't like that shit. If I have a wife, why would I like guys? And why would I like kids? And she's a real woman. And no, I don't sub to OnlyFans. No proof. But I digress. Anyway, so Luca took care of some things for Tony. And then Stacks! And also, the lovely Adriana Rizzo were there eating some pasta, some chicken parm. Stacks played Trick Williams' music last week. And now Tony D is off to stand and deliver to become the new NXT World Heavyweight Champion. And speaking of the champ, the Russian dragon himself, Ilya Dragunov, moseys on in. You weren't invited. He comes in, everybody but Tony leaves. And then Ilya says Tony has everything but the belt. And that's not going to change at the pay-per-view. Tony says, no matter what happens, I like you, Ilya. I like you, champ. I like you. You're a good guy. And then we see, I think it was Stacks and Luca, like, grab Ilya, and they start beating him up. Tony's just eating his pasta, drinking his vino. You know, good old-fashioned beatdown. Soprano style, or even Goodfellas, or any Italian mafia movie style. Beat the fuck out of him. And then we see him going out of the restaurant, meeting up with Rizzo, Stax, and Luca, who seem to put Ilya in the back of a car. And then they're like, let's get out of here. So I'm like, uh-oh, they're gonna send him up the river. They're gonna make him swim with the fishes. I like it. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, back to the arena we go. Back to the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. The CWC. For match number 2, Lexis King taking on Robbie E. Nothing very great. 3.5 minutes suckfest. Did I say 3.5 minutes suckfest? I did. Lexis beat the fuck out of him, working on the ribs of Robbie E. Beat him up really bad. Basically, he got squashed in 3.5 minutes. Lexis King hits the coronation. Bing, bang, boom. Good night. That's it. And I give the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, he beats him down even more until Von Wagner comes in for the save. And that's pretty much it. So this boring as fuck feud continues. And that's that. Alright. Then we hear Logan Paul, the United States Champion, announced that SummerSlam will be in his hometown, technically, of Cleveland, Ohio. There you go. SmackDown will be in Cleveland. NXT, actually, SummerSlam will be in Cleveland that weekend. So there you go. And, yeah, so, and Logan Paul will be on the show. Because he's originally from Cleveland, but he's now living in Puerto Rico to, get beat up by Benito. That's, Bad Bunny. He's not really Puerto Rican. He just lives in Puerto Rico. Technically, he's Puerto Rican because now he lives there, but still, he's not, like, his nationality is not Puerto Rican. He's still a schmuck. His brother is too. And if you're a fan of him, you're a schmuck too. And that's it. Alright, so SummerSlam will be in Cleveland August the 3rd, I believe. So we get that. Alright. Then we hear from Oba. And he's ready to basically slaughter the resident virgin Brooks Jensen. And then Dominic Dijak comes in, like he did last week, and says, I'll be here after you get done playing around with this guy. Oh, sign me up for that. That's big, beefy men slapping meat. Book that for a stand and deliver for the North American title. Take my money. There you go. Alright, after that, we see Ridge Holland training for his match with Shawn Spears coming up later in the show. But he stops to get on his phone and FaceTime with his family. Aww. Daddy's gonna get his ass kicked! Okay, got that. And we move on. Alright, after that, we go to the North American title match between Brooks Jensen and Oba. And it was okay, you know, Jensen got some moves in. And then Josh Briggs comes out to watch. We're getting to the end. Jensen fights up, hits a quick super kick into a power slam for a near fall. But Oba shrugged that off easily. He hits a backdrop. And then tossed him like yesterday's garbage. Oh, across the ring. Does it again. Damn. And Jensen's barely even standing right now. And Briggs is like, this one's over. Then he hits the pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 3, Wakanda forever. As he's looking at Jensen, by the way. Not Jensen, sorry. He's looking at Briggs while he pinned him. Actually, no, take that back. He looked at Briggs while hitting the pop-up powerbomb. Then he hit another one just for good measure. 1, 2, 3 to retain the belt in under 12 minutes. And I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. So Oba's got some challengers. He's got He's got Josh Briggs, and he's got Dijak. Triple threat, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. After the match, Briggs checks on his good buddy. Not that it matters because he's basically dead. And we move on with that. Okay. Alright, then we go to the bridge. Where, remember when Cole Card... Two Dimes got sent away? So, we go to the bridge again. With the family. They let Ilya out of the trunk. And they back away. Dragunov goes right up to Tony D. About to beat his ass. Not that he was going to. Says, this wasn't out of disrespect. Well, actually, Tony said that. And the thing is, Dragunov can't just walk into my restaurant uninvited, you think? Can't go into an Italian restaurant just uninvited. Especially if you know somebody there. But anyway, Tony talks about bringing people to this bridge and leaving alone. Two Dimes. But this isn't one of those times. Tony's like, I can end everything just like that. I can't snap my fingers, but just like that. And basically tells Ilya, have a nice walk back to the arena. So he goes to leave, but Dragunov says, I always find the way. Yeah, hitchhiking, right? Anyway, so the family leaves. Dragunov looks at his belt. Because he won't have it for much longer. But we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then we hear Muhammad Ali's going to the Hall of Fame. We got that. Alright, then we go to the ladies. The hot, sexy ladies. And we got Stack's girlfriend in real life, Ariana Grace, taking on Gigi Dolan. And if Ariana Grace wins, I didn't even know, they even mentioned it during the match. I don't think they did, I might have missed it. But anyway, Gigi has to be more like her. Oh, we're going to see that next week because we had a really unusual ending as Ariana grabs her tiara for a cheap shot, but Gigi does pretty much the unthinkable and hits Ariana low, basically gives her a vajayjay shot, and Gigi said and women who get hit in the nuts, it hurts. Yeah, I bet. Not with, well, maybe with the fist, boom, nut shot, when you get a vajayjay shot. In more ways than one, you can get it with the fist, or you can get it with a stiff dick, but I digress. Yeah, it'll hurt. But anyway, we got an unusual DQ finish just because of the vajayjay shot. And man, Ariana Grace's face is like she never got hit in the pussy before. Maybe she got in the wrong hole. I don't know. Wrong hole, asshole! But anyway, moving on with that. So, Ariana gets the win, and now we're going to see a new Gigi Dolan, I guess, next week. Not that I care. But we got that. Match wasn't very great. 4.5 minutes. 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we see Carmen Petrovic talking to Sol Ruka, who returned last week. And Sol Ruka wants revenge on Blair Davenport for basically putting her out for about a year. And then Lola Vice, oh yes, the Barika, hottie. She comes in looking hot and gets into an argument with Carmen. Match possible next week. And then the resident cheerleader, Brinley Reese, comes in. She's pleased with Saul for breaking that whole thing up. And then Idris and No Fame, Malik Blade, the Job Squad come in to get her out of there. That was a whole bunch of nothing. And I gave that basically 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright. Then we go to Kiana James and Izzy Dane taking on Dia Hale, Kalani Jordan. Didn't give a shit. JC Jane and Jasmine Nix come out for a distraction. As, I think it was Izzy hit Fallon in the face, knocking her right into the steps. And then inside the ring, Kiana hit Bankrupt on Thea Hale, 1, 2, 3. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then after the match, Thea goes berserk, saying, "I thought you were my friend, JC." She's crying like Cody. Little bitch. She's a Cody crybaby bitch. And basically, "You were my sister. I idolized you. But I'm done being your lapdog." She's like, "The old Thea Hale is back, bitch." And she's running around like a little maniac while the Chase U fight song plays. And Fallon Hale's like, "Oh, this is great." And then we see Riley Osborne like, "Oh, that's the chick I wanted to fuck." Not, who is this chick? Like dressing up weird and just being weird. So Riley Osborne, now you got your old crazy bitch back. So, you know what to do. And that's it. And then the Catch One 3.0 come in, basically, threatening the catch clause, blah, 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 because Riley Osborne will be taking on somebody from, actually, I think, yeah, he is taking on somebody from Catchpoint 3.0, possibly Mr. Rico's son. We'll see about that. And the other two guys are going to be in that tag team tournament that nobody cares about. And then Ben Frazier and Axiom come in, talk about the success. A-Kid says he's close to the first champion. Don't know what that means. And then threats are made, violence is possible, but nothing happens. Alright, so I get that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we see the Good Brothers ready to win the belts from Corbin and Breaker, but after they beat Hank and Tank, who come in and just act like assholes. We got that. Then we get Rich Hollis and Sean Spears. I don't know why there was a DQ in this after Ridge puts Sean Spears through the table. And then he went to grab the chair. The referee's like, no. And then Sean Spears hits a C4 on the chair. Referee, where's the DQ here? But Sean Spears gets the win in under 10 minutes. The match gave basically 2.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. And we get a rundown of next week's card. Then we go to Trick Willie. Basically said, "I'm going to come after you. I'm coming for you, Mello. You were my boy. Now I'm getting my revenge." And then, Metaphor come out. Norm Dar, Or Mensa, Jakarta Jackson, and Lash Legend. The beautiful Ebony Hotties. Making my dick hard. They come out. Trick tells Norm to stay out of his business. But Norm Dar has other plans, so Trick knocks him out. Knocks out Aura Mensa, and then Lash Legend tries to hit him, but Trick grabs her hand, spins her around, and then lays a hot, wet kiss on her, because they're going out in real life. I thought she was married. I guess not. But they're legit going out. Lash didn't even seem to mind. That's it, and then the rest of Metaphor have to, fan her down. She was, lost in that kiss. She loved it. And that's pretty much it. So then Trick stands tall, and the show ends. And we move on. Alright, so that's my review. Thanks for watching. I gave NXT 7.5 out of 10 stars. And that's it. So, I'm going to go watch AEW right now. We're about showtime, folks. Big Business is about to be live. And we got that. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace!